Y'all, listen. Today we're going to do another little book review because the last one I did was such a hit. So I'm going to try to do this periodically. I'm really into reading self-help books, books on how to improve yourself. I've read a lot of those in my lifetime as part of my college curriculum, and just in how to calm the storm, be a better person. When I got to Vegas 6 years ago, my mind was so just chaotic and crazy that I couldn't focus on reading. And now that I have quiet and still and calm, I've really been enjoying reading and have been really absorbing the things that I'm reading. So I had bought a bunch of books over the years that were on the shelf. That books sort of jump out at me, and when I feel that the universe is telling me to purchase one, I'll purchase it and put it in my library until I can get around to it. Sometimes it's a matter of timing. Sometimes we aren't ready to read certain things, and so I think there's a readiness in me now that there wasn't before in some of these books that I have. But this one is called Emotional Sensitivity and Intensity. And it says how to manage intense emotions as a highly sensitive person. I have made the comment to other people who are highly sensitive that it often feels like I'm walking around outside of my inner world here without skin. Does anybody out there feel like that? I have a lot of friends who are very emotionally sensitive as well, and there's a correlation between sensitivity, high sensitivity, and giftedness. Not saying I'm gifted, but a lot of my highly emotional friends are very gifted. Growing up when I did and where I did, it was not a easy thing to be an emotionally sensitive person or even gifted. You were sort of you were sort of ridiculed for that. You were taught to be hard. You were taught to not be sensitive. So I learned how to tamp all that down to maneuver in the world that I was in. Later, many, many decades later, I was able to embrace and tap into that innate thing that I had and be able to use that to create the work that I've done the last 25 years. And it's been quite wonderful. So nowadays it's about striking that balance between being highly sensitive and being able to walk through the world and not be damaged. So the book actually goes into how we know about emotional sensitivity and intensity, how we know that we are that way. I think we're born that way, and I think we do know that. We know we're different when we're young. It goes into emotional intensity and mental health because many of us have had mental health labels. I'm not so sure that those even fit sometimes. I think sometimes because we don't fit into the mold that we're given mental health labels. And then it talks about the complexities of being emotionally intense at home, in the workplace, and while we're trying to walk and live through the world. The third part of it goes from all of those things, which it describes and has stories and examples from other people, and it goes from healing and from healing to thriving. And the lady that wrote this is called Imi Lowe, I-M-I. I hope I pronounced that right. But she is a psychologist. She has 2 master's degrees, and her background is in Jungian therapy, and that's sort of my jam as well. But she's Asian, and she also puts a lot of Buddhist philosophy in her premise, as well as Stoicism, which I'm really knee deep in now. So she has managed to work in all of the things that I'm really passionate about into this self-help guide. I didn't really know anything about her when I got the book, but it sort of called to me. So the thing I love about it is that she has practical things to do. I'm a writer, and so she has, after every chapter, she has an exercise where she guides you through things about your childhood, things about your workplace, things about being gifted, things about being sensitive, triggers, she has you writing about those examples and things, and it's very cathartic. I haven't dove deep into the writing part yet. I'm very slowly processing the book. Sometimes I have to go back and read things a few times and underline things just to digest them. It's not a hard read. It's not as hard as The Science of Evil, but it is a deep read. So, but she has practical things for you to do. It's a self-help guide, and I really love that because I am currently seeing a counselor to help guide me through my life, the past, especially the past 5 years of it. And this has been a really good tool for me to talk with her about and to work through these writing exercises. So if you're interested, it's IMI Low, L-O. I got mine on Amazon. If you're out of the country, I don't know where you guys get things. But if you're in the U.S., it's a really great book. It's not super long. It's about 225 pages. Chock full of very rich exercises and things to do. So if you're truly interested in healing and thriving from this point forward and understanding your sensitivities and where they came from and what caused them, and delving into how to get better and to use them for your good, then this is your book. All right, so I think I'm going to do a book review every so often, maybe once a month, because I obviously have to have time to read them. If this is something you want more of, just give me a thumb or a purple heart in the comments. I love you guys, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.